reposition that. We could do a whisper stream and the microphone would hear it all. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream today. I was messing around with the microphone. I realized that it picks up a lot more than I thought. So even like if you hit the desk, if you move your chair, if you move your feet on the floor, whatever, it picks it up. So I shoved the microphone right in front of my face. Anyways, Mystery Snail Guardians, welcome. It's the first time streaming since the Keystone Clash, so now we've like met a few of the people in the chat, so now I can put a face to who's talking. Mystery Snail Guardians, welcome. Sandy Farrow, welcome. Metalhead, welcome. Eric Wyrock, welcome. Olivia, Leo209 Aquatics, welcome. So at the Clash, we met Metalhead, Eric Wyrock, and Mystery Snail Guardians.
And Bex and Kyle and Steven.
Okay, out of the people that are here, we met them. We also met Beck and Kyle. I got to meet Bob's Fisher. He's on band. Not really meet, but I got to see Alex. Other people met him. We met Samurai Aquatics. He's on band as well. Small World Aquatics. She's on band as well. A lady went there, and a lady that bought for me, she got some springtails and some ice pods. She was there buying some scuds from Small World Aquatics, and Kyle came up to me and he's like, somebody in like a red aquarium co-op shirt is like looking for you. I'm like, okay. So he points me in the direction of her, and I go, and it was Carrie Tolva. I met her on, well, she bought for me on band, and she likes to meet people that she buys from. So she was looking for me because I told her I'd be here. I'd be there. You know. Jenna, welcome.
Steven.
Skipper, John McKenzie, and Steven. I'll take your word for it. I don't see him.
He's jumping up now.
I see it.
It went above the screen.
Thank you, Mystery Snail Guardians. These are the ones that I got from Samurai Aquatics' wife. Her name's Rachel. She makes like earrings and keychains. And there was these cool ones. They were like fish bags, and they looked like there was like a small little beta in them, and they had like the water and everything. They were so cool.
You were off the screen by the time she read it. By the time she was saying hi. And
Sorry.
she didn't scroll back then.
Sorry, Steven. But yeah, so I got, these ones are Harry Potter apparently. I went to school and everybody was like, nice Harry Potter earrings. And I was like, yeah. I also got red skulls and little seahorses. So it was awesome to meet the Farrells. It was nice to meet all of you. It's nice because I see this whole list of people in chat, and like we met Skipper as well. Obviously Steven and Jenna. We got to meet a lot of these people, and it was awesome. I got the Gary Snail earrings. Those were cool too. Literally, I was standing there forever. I was like, the seahorses are cool, but like the mushrooms are cool. I was there for a while. And I decided on 3 because Samurai does ship, and he was saying that he could do a raffle of them. And I was like, oh man. Because they were so cool. I like the beta ones the most. But they were like heavy. I'm not trying to make big holes in my ears.
There was 2 people. Maybe next year I forget the one's name that was there. They were in Rico's stream last night. And Oinky. I didn't really get to talk to her much.
Oink Master Supreme.
Yep.
Window Liquor number 5, welcome. Jamie P, welcome.
Maybe next year. Hopefully next year. That's the plan anyway.
Sad that Bunny and
Didikins.
Didi couldn't make it. But there's a nice group of people. We got to also meet Pleco Hotels and his fiance. They're getting married in like a little bit. But yeah. So
Yeah, definitely had a blast there. That was
we get to meet a ton of people.
I kind of feel like me and Metalhead and Skipper had a couple beers and we're in the right place. We could get in a lot of trouble together.
Fishy Mom? I think I said hi.
Nope.
Okay.
But you didn't know.
Well, I think you were talking, and I was like about to say hi, but you said something, and I didn't. But Fishy Mom, welcome. We got to meet him as well. It was a fun time.
Yeah, that was our first big
Event.
That was our first big event. Smaller swaps and stuff like that we've done. And we have met people there. Something like Keith was always there. We met Michael at the swaps and Alex and DeFreeze and Patty came to the one. So we have met. I don't want to leave anybody out, but I'm sure.
Oh, you met a few.
So we have met some YouTubers, Fish Fam, stuff like that before, but this was a big event. Definitely worthwhile. Definitely making the plan again. And Daniel Velez, hello. I really, I don't know. Either we're gonna go. I don't know if we're going Thursday. I would kind of like to go Thursday, help out a little bit, get involved in that way. But I don't think 3 days off of school is going to be because, they need the learning.
I don't mean anything.
So probably going to leave 3 o'clock. And I think, we'll talk as it gets closer, but talk to Skipper and I just drew a blank. Scotty. Let's see if we can get in there. Definitely planning on going, but I think we'll probably be there at 9 or 9:30, just to at least get the fish inside out of the weather, and then we'll definitely vend there next year.
It was cool because we got there at 11:30, and we were able to get into the Keystone Clash at 11:30 when it actually opened at 12. And our hotel check-in time wasn't until 3, and the dude was really nice, but he let us get in at around noonish, so that was fun. We went to the pool Friday and Saturday, and it was a heated chlorine saltwater pool. There was a hot tub and there was a pool, which was cool.
Oh, only 51 weeks until the next Keystone Clash, so we're good. It's not that far away.
Start counting down.
Only Oscars. I don't think I gave Jason a hug. I know Eric and Rico. I don't know. There's a bunch of people. No, I'm not really sure.
I think you did.
I gave Jason a hug.
So we were walking to go trying to get into our hotel, and Jason and Fishimon had just came, and we were all there, and we all got stickers and keychains from both of them.
Yeah, we met them in the lobby. They were in line to get their passes.
And yes, so either it was a handshake or a hug. I don't know. Only Oscars, Daniel Velez, welcome. So this week we've gotten some new rescues as well. Kind of piled up on the rescues. So obviously we got the 3 kittens to start off with, the first 3 kittens. The female went to her new home a while ago, like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. The 2 males are going to their new home tomorrow. And they've gotten big. They actually have. But they're going to their new home tomorrow. And we got a black mama cat with her 4 babies. I showed them on the last stream. We did lose one of the babies. It was the runt. It was sad.
They were cold and definitely in rough shape when they got here.
They were left outside, and they probably wouldn't have been found if Katie Jo didn't go outside. But they were outside. Somebody dumped them at her house. So actually on the last stream, yeah, because we didn't stream Sunday. On the last stream, I went to show them, but then I found the one that had passed. So that's why we took a break for a second. And he took it outside and we buried it. So we have the mama cat with her 3 babies now. She's got, I think, one of them's like a grayish, one's in all black, and then one is in all black with a white face and white paws. That one's my favorite. They just start opening their eyes. And I learned that all cats' eyes are blue when they start out. That's like weird. But they start opening their eyes, so they're like 11 days old now.
That was funny last night on Rico's. You ended with that. Olivia's just got to remember that. And Rico's like, I don't even know what the hell that means, and I'm not going there.
So, we have the mama cat with her 3 babies. And we got a new kitten 2 days ago. Very, very tiny. Her ears are tiny, actually. But she's very sweet. And she's being bottle fed because she's not much older than the babies that the black mama cat has. She's not much older. She's just fuzzy, and her eyes are open, and she walks around. So she's obviously a little bit older. So we didn't think that she'd take her in, but she did. She takes care of them. She bathes them all and feeds them all. So now that little baby is in there, and that little baby has been spoken for. My friend Riley, we've been friends for a while. She is going to adopt the baby, and her name is Missy. That's what they're going to name her. They're going to name her Missy. She just told me. So, her name's going to be Missy, and she's going to my friend Riley, but the black mama cat is nursing her now. Her fleas are gone. The black mama cat never had any fleas. I checked her today. She doesn't have any fleas. So,
yeah, she was getting her butt kicked by small, barely, and riddled with fleas. But now she's cleaner. She's a little bigger than the
mama's
babies, but she had actually taken it in, so that's pretty awesome. So yeah.
So we don't have to bottle feed that one. It was found. They're renovating a house down the road, and they ripped up some stairs, and she was under there. So there could be more kittens. Apparently, there's a male, like a dominant male cat, roaming around, getting all the females pregnant. So there's going to be a lot of kittens. And we see that right now because we have 9 in our dining room. We literally moved our dining room table and put crates there. And we have crates on top of crates. And we got carriers. And oh my goodness. So there's going to be a lot of kittens right now. But the good thing is, everybody in our dining room is spoken for, except for the mama cat and her babies. So yesterday we got 2 cats from the same person we got the first 3 from. We got 2 cats from. They're in terrible condition, like actually terrible condition. Their eyes, like, our cat was messed up and she had like a film over her eye. They have films like over half their eye, and their ears are disgusting. I tried to clean some of them. I'm gonna need my mother's help when she gets home, but their ears are terrible. And apparently they weren't eating, so I can't even like pick them up really because they're all bones, and they weren't really eating, but I made progress with them. And first I had to pry their mouth open to squeeze milk, like kitten milk replacer, into their mouth. They're 10 weeks old. I was like, they should be eating regular food, but apparently they're still being milk fed. So I was squeezing a syringe with milk in it into their mouth. And the people that dropped off those 2 kittens went to Petco and grabbed like immune support, nose relief, facial stuff, feline facial treatment, whatever. A bunch of different stuff.
Cat spa.
And yeah. So, and they also got flea and tick treatment as well. And it was like the expensive stuff, so it's like good.
Steven yelled at me.
So, they are slowly getting better. I went from apparently they hadn't eaten a few days, so they're skin and bones. Barely any skin. But, like, prying their mouth open and putting milk in their mouth. Then when I got home from school today, they were opening their mouth to eat. And then the one that's in worse condition, she'll only eat wet food, like wet cat food, off of my finger. But the other one has been eating it off the plate. So now they're on regular food. Nobody is being bottle fed, which is great. Because the black mama cat, she is the best. She's kind. She's litter trained. She eats a ton. And that's because she has kittens, obviously. But I came home from school and her dish is empty. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And I fill it. And I put it back in. She stands there and she's just like eating a ton of it while her kid is trying to drink. But yeah, so we have a lot of cats in our dining room. But the 2 sick cats that we got yesterday, we're just like temporarily taking care of them right now until like they're gonna take them back. The people who gave them to us are gonna take them back. And the 2 boys are going out tomorrow, like I said. The little girl, her name's Missy. I know my mother said she named her Little Nugget, but my friend Riley will be adopting her in a few weeks once she's on dry food. And they named her Missy. So the only ones not spoken for are the mama cat and her 3 little babies. Which I think the one that I want to keep, the one with the white face and the white paws, that's definitely people are gonna want that.
I don't think they're gonna want me to do like raffle announcements anymore.
Why? Because you could speak? Because you could actually speak?
Yeah, my mouth starts going and then, words come out and then people get offended.
I mean, you didn't say anything.
Pretty sure I cursed 3 times because I go. In my head, I went, oh shit. Yeah. So, Alishon, welcome. We met Alishon as well. Lady Metalhead.
Lady Metalhead, welcome. But yeah. So, we have a bunch of cats in our dining room. But all of them should be gone in the next few weeks.
Fisherman is the official cursor.
Yeah, because he walked up in front of the whole thing. So in like 3 or 4 weeks, all of the kittens should be gone because they all have a home already. I know tomorrow 2 of them will be gone. So I'll make some room. But, the only ones that won't be gone are probably the black kittens and the mama. But I don't mind keeping the mother as long as she likes the cat and our adult cats and the dog, because, I see why you would keep kittens in a large crate, but if her babies leave, then I feel like if she doesn't get adopted, she should be able to roam the house with the other cats. And then if she does get adopted, they can just, pick her up and adopt her. But I feel like since she's bigger, she should roam the house. She is still young, though. Our cats are all 3 years old, and then one of them is 11 years old. And our dog's 11 as well. Or no, they're 10. Cat's 11, the dog's 10. And
the only real curse word in this house starts with an S. And it's not what you think.
Snow?
That's the curse word. All the other ones. Yeah. I was kind of kicking around the idea of leaving early Thursday and getting there and then being able to help if they needed help, like setting up or moving things or whatever. But from the sounds of it, it'll probably be Thursday afternoon we head out and get there, but we'll get there at like 9 or so at night. And
so we just put the fish in our hotel room.
If we can get the fish in the vending room, that would be great. If they'd let us do that, that would be cool. Or we can always put them in the room, but it would be nice to put them right in the vending room and then go help you guys set up, help put up the tables and stuff like that. So it'll be a good time. And then we'll end up staying till Monday, so they'll be off school Friday and Monday. So don't want to take them out Thursday too.
So next year we will be taking the dog if we go. I'm pretty sure we're going. So if we're going, we're going to be vending and we're going to take the dog. And we want a similar room to the one we had. We were right next to Scotty Too Hottie.
And
Callie?
Susie Q. She was over there too.
Oh. But the hospitality room was like over here. And then you walk down the hallway. And then there's an ice machine and like a drink machine. And then there's the YouTube studio. And then there's hotel rooms. And we were like a little bit down. Which was nice because we weren't like right at the front. But we didn't know how the hotel was set up or how the Clash was set up. So we didn't know about bringing the dog. And next year, if we go, we'll be vending and we'll bring the dog. And we'll want that similar room right down there. So we can just walk out right outside to walk the dog and stuff. Because there is more grass than we thought there was. And we walked to McDonald's. We had McDonald's like twice a day. Like 2 times each day. Which is crazy. But it was good. So yeah.
Thanks, Skipper. Yeah, I don't mind helping out if they need it. I know, like, Lefty was trying to find someone because he was in the escaping contest to watch the raffle thing. Like, I would help do that stuff. And whatever. It doesn't bother me. And next year we're going to be there. So, I mean, just wandering around. So they'll be vending and I'll help them. They can take a break or whatever.
Yeah. Because there's 4 of us, so it makes it easier. Because, like, I wanted to go see some speakers that were there. I didn't make it to any of them. Because everybody wanted to go to the pool. So, I didn't make it to the speakers that were there. What?
It just keeps jumping. Oh, Christ.
Have fun. But I didn't make it to any of the speakers. But even next year, there doesn't have to be multiple people at the table. But there probably will be like at least 2. Because sometimes people just have questions about the live foods. During my presentation at the Danbury thing, it was funny because people would like ask questions and like on the next slide there'd be the answer. That happened like twice. So I was like, I would like tell them the answer, but then I'd re-say it when I got to the slide. But some people like ask questions about the live foods and stuff. And like interesting questions too. I forgot what. Some lady on bands just messaged me and she wanted to know how many worms were in a starter culture. And I just told her as many worms as you need to set up your culture and start feeding. Really. I don't count the worms. It'd be easier with white worms or black worms, but I'm not counting the worms.
Hey, Misfits.
A starter culture. There's a ton of worms in there. You just love to make noise.
You got shit all over your floor.
That's okay.
Yeah, I know the vending room's closed at 9. I think you told me that. But I think we'd be there like 9:30. So if they could let us just throw the fish in there. But like I said, if we couldn't, then we can't. And we could just take them to the room. It's not that big of a deal. It'll be a couple coolers. And we'll be on the plan is to get the same room. So we'll be on the first floor.
We just need a cart.
Yeah.
A cart. Push everything.
So that won't be that bad.
Or just pull around to that door that's right there. And
Yeah, we can pull off to the side and we can just wheel it right around the thing and go right, put it in the room if we had to, if they do close.
Yeah. Saturday morning.
Misfits, did I say hi?
What? Yeah, Misfit, welcome. Did we meet them? We met them, right?
Yeah, he was there.
Saturday morning I woke up. Well, hold on. Yeah, Saturday morning I woke up. I woke up at 6 o'clock. I thought somebody like came into our hotel room and like took my phone. Because I didn't plug my phone in either day because what we did was we got back from the convention and we were like, we're done. So we laid in bed and we watched like Chicago Fire, and I set my phone down on the little nightstand. And Friday night, I had to like look up the care of a bunch of different things, like scuds. I've had them before, but I was like looking at what master people do, and then like Daphne and stuff. So I was looking at like care sheets, and then I just set my phone down and fell asleep. And I woke up the next morning at 6 o'clock. My phone wasn't on the stand. Turns out my mother woke up at 1 in the morning, and the TV was still playing because we all fell asleep. But Sunday morning, I woke up, and my father wasn't even in the room. And I was like, oh, cool. So I grabbed my little thing with my Keystone Clash card and my hotel key and everything. And I go to walk out, and he's walking in. He has McDonald's. I'm like, cool. I wish I would have woke up 5 minutes later. I would have got up. Just sausage McMuffin, please. That's my favorite sandwich from McDonald's. I had a sausage McMuffin both days for breakfast. And then both days I ended up drinking a mocha frappuccino too. Or maybe all 3 days. No, just Friday, Saturday.
I think they said last night they were doing the early bird special in January, and I think it's January only. It's going to be a little shorter.
They had bagels.
It's going to be a little shorter time this year.
But that was definitely fun. I got Scuds and Daphne. Maybe I'll go down to the fish room. But I got Scuds. They went into a 3.5 gallon tank. I got Daphne. They're in a little tote right now. I need to get a bigger tote set up for them. I got a bag of cotton color because Samurai was making deals on the last day, and I didn't think I'd end up with them. But a bag of cotton color, a pair of blue-eyed lemon bristle nose. They've bred before. I got a breeding group of orange Venezuelans, which I think I got ripped off on. Well, not ripped off. I think that there's a pair of bronze Corys, and then the rest of them are orange Venezuelans. There's definitely a pair of orange Venezuelans in there, but 2 of them are like definitely bronze. Because I was looking at his bronze too, and he had 6 orange Venezuelan juveniles. 6 for $30, and I was like, that's a good price. And then he was selling the breeding group 6 for $45, and I was like, that's also a good price. But there was 2 browns in my bag. Now I know why nobody took that bag. Whatever. And then I got a breeding group of albino Corys as well, which I picked the bag I wanted. I got 4 males and 2 females. I went to McDonald's for Saturday morning. We beat the rush by 15 minutes. Got crazy when you guys arrived. Yeah.
Yeah, we were walking towards it, and there was a bunch of because they park a lot of stuff in that parking lot, and there was a bunch of contractors parked off to the side, and they were walking across the parking lot towards McDonald's, and they beat us in the door. But they went to the kiosk, so that was cool. We went right up, and we really didn't wait that long for our food. They were still there.
We got the same thing both days. 2 coffees, 2 hash browns, and a McMuffin.
Yep.
But the lady didn't say that it was buy one, get one for $1. Otherwise, I would have got 2 McMuffins because they were amazing. Anyways, we also went to Wimpy and D's. It's 8 minutes or so from the Clash. Him and I had a burger and fries.
Yeah, Wimpy and D's, good food.
There's a lot of people there. One weird thing that they do is when you leave your tip, when they go and clean the table, they don't take the tip until the waiter comes and takes the next people's order. So say we left a tip on the table and then we leave. Somebody comes and they clean the table and they just pick up the money and clean under and then set it back down. And then when the next people come in, they sit at the table that still has the money on it. and then the waiter comes and waits them, and then takes the tip. And I think that's so weird. But their food was good, and the night before we left, we went out to Finnegan's. It's on the lake, Ballston Lake. We went out with our friends that were watching the dog. He's sleeping on my bed right now, I think.
No, he jumped on the foot.
Oh. So we left the dog at their house. We went out to Finnegan's. Him and I got a burger as well. Their fries there are really good. And there was also, there was a bunch of stuff on it. There was tomatoes, which I don't like. Then there were a ton of onions, which I took all of them off except for one, because I only want, one. And there was, lettuce and stuff, too. So, we really we were full up on the burgers. But Friday night, we just ate at the hospitality room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like those noodles. There was noodles and sauce there, and it was amazing. And I had a hot dog roll, and I just dipped it in the tomato sauce, and it was so good. And then Saturday we went to Wimpy and D's, and Sunday we just grabbed McDonald's, and then on the way back we stopped at a rest area and got Dunkin' Donuts. But I slept a few hours on the way home. There was no way I was staying up for that. Because on the way there, I was up the entire time. I was in the seat. Literally, I was fully in the seat, stole my sister's blanket, wouldn't let her take it back. I had my coat on, and there's a center console that flips down in my mother's new car. So I always am on the left side. And then my sister's always on the right side. And there's a console that flips down in the middle. So I had that flip down, and I tucked my feet under there so I wouldn't slide off the seat. And I tried to go to sleep. I was so comfy, and I couldn't go to sleep on the way there. I think it was because it was early in the morning. Because I woke up at 3:30. And I was already up and moving, made new repashy for my reptiles, fed my reptiles, all this. And I think because it was early in the morning, I just got up and going. I couldn't go back to sleep. But on Sunday, I was already up. We were at the Keystone Clash vendor room. Then we were at the auction for a little while. He had me bidding on something I didn't want. So I really wanted these black Nadeka rice fish. And ABC knows it because I told them to bid on them if we weren't here because we were going to leave early. We weren't even going to go to the auction.
And he could have brought them home. He's not that far from us.
Yeah. So he wrote it down. And the lot number was 166. And I was one of the runners for a little while. Then I just sat down. But it was lot number 106. And it was rainbow fish or something. And he goes, "Hey, Bree, your fish is up." And I'm bidding, and I get up to $42. I'm like, it's not worth it anymore. And then I realized that wasn't actually the thing that I wanted. Good thing the dude that was standing right next to me really wanted those fish, because I was not gonna pay $42 for it and get stuck with a fish I didn't want.
Josh, I'm definitely jealous. I like Roy Rogers. We used to have one by me, and the chicken used to be really good. I don't know if I haven't been there in years, but I love the burgers, the fries, and the chicken. And I was kind of kicking that around too, Alshon, because I kind of wanted to leave the kids to wander and me and Sandy go to the hotel and eat, but we never kind of did. We kept back and forth. But I think next year we're going to try it.
Olivia camped at the hotel room.
She was back and forth.
She camped there half the time. Me, I only went back there when I lost my parents. I lost them 5 times. And I was at this table, and I had just bought Corey's, and I was drawing a fish for Name That Fish. I was drawing a fish. I was doing an all right job, too.
What the fish?
What the fish? What did I say? Where's the fish?
I said Name That Fish.
Name That Fish. I knew I said that. So I even have a tank top that says that. But what the fish? I was drawing a fish. And I get up and I'm done and I'm looking around. I'm like, where did they go? So whenever I lost them, I went back to the hotel room. And, what did you know? They weren't there. But black rice fish, at least one lot, were from Ted Coletti. His rads went for $115. Yeah. Was that the other bidder? That was the other bidder that had those were his rice fish. And I got them for $32 for 7 of them, which I was happy about. Then I also got Daphnia from the auction. 6 bags of Daphnia for $25. And I didn't bid on anything else, but my mother made me bid on a beta because nobody was taking the beta. So, $10 for a beta. That didn't look that good because it didn't have a lot of water.
But still kicking.
I'm surprised.
We did a water change on it. And
Right at the auction.
luckily, I got. Luckily, the hospitality suite still had water in it, so I got 2 bottles of water and did a water change on it because I didn't want to use the hotel water on it. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, there was some. I don't know. The auction was kind of cool. There was a lot of cool stuff in there, but
some lady.
we'll have room next year.
Yeah.
We're taking all red.
Yeah. Speaking of, I broke his truck, but it's okay because he resolved the issue before he had to go to work. So at least I didn't cause him to take my mother's truck. You know. So before we went to Pennsylvania, actually at the library on Thursday, I was testing out the CDs because I thought his CDs didn't work, but it's just his CD player. So then I got done testing them because none of them worked. And I just ejected the CD that was in there. I took it out and I put it in the console. Then we got back from Pennsylvania, and I don't even know why he was starting his truck. But
I went in there to get that cage, that playpen.
Uh-huh.
She put the playpen in my truck, and I opened up the door, and the lights didn't come on. And I'm like, well, that's kind of strange. So I went over, turned the key, and there was nothing. But so all weekend when I was at the Keystone Clash, I don't know why it does it. I don't really care. As long as the CD's in it, it doesn't do it. So I just stuffed the CD in there. But all weekend when we were at the Keystone Clash, it kept trying to load the CD that wasn't there. It was in the center console. It would just kept bzz, 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 and so it killed the battery. And then I finally figured it out.
Yeah, so now a CD runs his truck.
Yep.
A CD that doesn't even work.
I started playing when I stuffed it in there. I couldn't get it to load.
His Jimmy Buffett CDs don't work on his car though. Too much Salvinia, Frogbit, Bladder War, and Issueless Water Hyacinth, unless you have turtles to feed. I've blown up so many cars that happens.
So I'm like, that happens. Yeah, I think we'll. Well, she wants to enter the show next year.
Yes, I was going to talk about that. So there's one lady, she got a lot of awards, and she got the super tall one. I was like, that's a really tall award. Imagine if I got a trophy or even a medal. I would mount that on my wall. I would make a shelf for them for no reason. So I was like, I need to enter some fish next year. So next year, I'm going to bring some of my nicest fish because a dead Cory won an award over the other 2 live ones that were entered. So I actually did some judging. I know some of you may know this, but I actually did some judging myself, even though I'm no expert. Some dude that had some invertebrates entered in the show, he taught me how to judge, so I judged some invertebrates. Here I judged, his and the other ones. But I was taught how to judge them, so I judged all the rest of them. I just told him some scores, and he wrote them down. But then he gave me the papers, so then I wrote down the scores. And I was like heart set on which one was going to win. But guess what one won? His. You know why? Because he did it. Okay.
That cherry shrimp, I think, was definitely and the color was nice. It was moving around. Not crazy moving around, but moving around. The color was perfect on it. I'm like that.
It was buried too.
That was definitely a nice shrimp.
But now I know how to judge them. So now I know what judges look for. So now I'll bring my nicest adult fish to the show next year. I'll bring a few Cory cats, definitely, because they're my favorite fish. So I would love to win an award for Cory cats. Maybe even a trophy. I'm not going to go there because I know who's going to get a trophy next year. But, anyways. A cichlid won that big trophy, I think. I think the cichlid won. Or maybe it was most points.
That was the group. The group had the most points. That's I know I'm saying that wrong.
It was the most points gained.
The club.
Oh.
Which club had the most points, and their club won the most points.
But so yeah, I definitely want to enter some Corys, maybe a few shrimp, my Vienna guppies, probably some other things. I don't have anything other than really Corys, but maybe rice fish, like the Daisy Blue rice fish, and
That's crazy.
I don't really have anything else. Maybe plecos or something. I don't know. But I definitely love to enter a bunch of fish in the show next year, and also vend next year. And what was the other thing? The auction. Maybe put some stuff in the auction if we're gonna stay till Monday.
Yep.
So maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
If we're vending, maybe we'll throw the extra fish in the auction, or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, so like I said, we'll either go Thursday or Thursday night and stay till Monday. So we'll be. I'm not sure. Not sure how it's all going to work out, but we have 51 weeks to figure it out.
Yep.
It's getting closer every day.
Actually, you only have that's not true. You got a little bit less than that. You got 50 weeks to figure it out because you got to have it all ready. You got to enter your fish and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You got to have your hotel done by January. Or your
Paul McCarthy? Yeah, I think they were supposed to announce it in January. The early bird special, early worm special. So they were, but I think it's just running for January. So as soon as that comes out,
The only thing we didn't have with the full package was some food at the auction, or not the auction, at the award ceremony. It was the people who registered to have the food there with the wristband. They got first dibs and stuff. Whatever. It wasn't even I didn't even have anything. I just grabbed a piece of bread. But
yeah, I think we just didn't sign up or whatever.
Yeah,
we had the full package, but I just didn't think you were supposed to sign up for it to let them know that you were going to be there. And
but we didn't know. So
I guess we didn't know, or we didn't do it.
Yeah, we didn't do it because we didn't know.
Right.
And I'd probably bring the long fin green dragons. I think they do better. Well, one of the categories is finnage, so Paul McCarthy, welcome.
Definitely an awesome time. Definitely recommend people going. Meet everyone, hang out. I'll check next time because I didn't know we would be at the award ceremony. Yeah, that's what you're saying. We didn't know if we'd be there.
Well, it was Saturday night, so I don't know. It was really fun to watch the whole thing, so I'd definitely like to get my name called next year.
Enter cool fish.
Oh, well. You don't even know. You don't know what I am playing. The top core, the core that got first place was the Brocus Moldratus. I said the last one up. the last thing out. But it was big though. It was this big, and I was like, "That's a big fish." So
The big thing.
they definitely like the big fish. Alex was trying to buy the paradiscus that was in the show. It was really nice. I actually was like, I'd love to buy that, but then I was like, they're not gonna take $100 for a paradiscus, so I was like, whatever. And you, new gloss, welcome.
And Jeremy,
Welcome.
we're getting there on Wednesday next year. Yeah.
Somebody got there Wednesday. Was it a net?
Yeah, no way we could. Well, we could get there Wednesday night and be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but
That's a lot of
that would be.
for the fish. We have to bag them like Tuesday evening, and they'd be there in a bag for a week, unless we're doing tanks.
I told you on the way home, you were probably sleeping, that I would bring water.
You said, yeah, I know you said I would bring water.
Like buckets of water. 5-gallon buckets of water from home so we can do water changes if we need to, or if we wanted to put them in a tank, we could.
Well, we were thinking about bringing a 10-gallon tank for this one, but we didn't. And I think next year we definitely, if we're going to vend, I think we should have some tanks because that might work out better. So then the fish aren't in bags for a whole week, and
Enter a category that has 3 entries or less. You'll win something.
yeah. One of the girls entered 3 fish, and she got 2 awards, so she's got pretty good odds. Although those 2 people who kept like walking up and getting those awards, they probably entered 20 fish and got 20 awards. I know one person was like stacking the medals up.
Yeah, they had some pretty cool fish in there.
A trophy would be cool, but 2 of the trophies were, one of them was best cichlid, and another one was best killifish, and then like people's choice, and then like total points earned. I'm like, I don't have killifish. I don't have cichlids.
I think that's a good.
Maybe. But I don't have like killifish and cichlids that I want to enter, and I'm not people's choice. I could be.
You could be. Enter a goldfish.
I have YouTube fans. Maybe they'll vote for me. I don't even know how to vote. I don't know where the people's choice came from. I don't know where to vote for the cichlid that won people's choice.
Well, you can learn next year.
Or just enter a cool fish, and then whoever votes will vote. Maybe I'll have a fish in every category. No, that's not true. Because there's a couple weird categories. There's like 43 categories. That was a long award ceremony, and you all left me.
Where did I go?
Out of the room, probably wandering somewhere. And then you appeared back behind me in the hallway, but everybody else at my table left. Well, except for metalheads. But like my sister and my mother and my father, they all just disappeared. And I was sitting at a table by myself listening to all of like 43 or 45 categories.
I think I only went outside to have a cigarette and I came back in. But I was standing by the door.
Yeah.
I never sat back down.
Ricky D. Hoyles, welcome.
Ricky?
But Keith won first place with his goodie that he was getting rid of. It was a Cracodon Audax. And he was getting rid of it. It sold in the auction. But yeah, he was getting rid of it. Because it was like an aggressive male that he didn't want.
Skipper was sitting there. He doesn't count.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was sitting there. I remember him. He had like a ton of tickets. A bunch of raffle tickets. The red ones and the green ones. But for the raffle, the one thing I wanted was the 5-gallon bucket. Well, actually, 5 pounds of spirulina flakes. And my sister had entered like 21 tickets, and I entered all the tickets that I got, which I got from Eric Wyrock, actually. I didn't actually end up buying any tickets because Eric Wyrock bought like 300 tickets, and I got 10 of them because he was like giving them out. And that was really sweet of him. But I got 10 from him, and I put 9 in that bucket and 1 in the like reef supply bucket, like the copepods and the whatever.
I put in for our ODI unit
You put in for everything.
for ABC.
Quiet.
The whale for
Annette,
Annette.
which Skipper won and gave it to Annette.
Yep. And I put in the spirulina bucket for her. The smaller, are they top fin?
No.
Bow front fish tanks.
1 gallon bowl front.
The 1 gallon bow fronts. I put in a couple of those, and then I put in a couple of the small glass ones.
For Lady Metalhead.
For Lady Metalhead for her beta. And I put in the big shrimp one for us, or for Sandy. And then the one with the aquascaping tools, I put in for, and
Because you wanted the tools.
I wanted the tools, but
Misfit?
was it Misfit that wanted the book? And I was going to give him the book, and I just wanted the tools. And then we ended up winning the cichlid breeding one, which is cool because that little hatchery thing's kind of neat.
There's a little hatchery. There was like an egg tumbler, I think. And then there was like a book and other stuff, like rock hides and stuff. But yeah. So the only thing I won was the spirulina flakes, and I won the spirulina flakes with the 10 tickets that Eric Rock gave to me. But yeah, my whole family was in it because I wanted them for my worms. Even though last year I got this small little container of the spirulina, I think it's like spirulina 20 flakes, and it's like a $13 container, and I traded with a guy at the first killifish swap for starter culture grindle worms, and I fed it to and I've been feeding it to all my worms ever since. Half the container is still there. So a 5-gallon bucket, that's 5 pounds of flakes. They're big flakes too. I opened them up and I was like, oh my goodness, they're that big. They expire in 2025. And even when they expire, that's fine. But I'll be feeding that to all of my worms. And apparently they're like really good flakes too. So maybe I'll feed it to some of the fish. It's like $81 on Amazon for that bucket.
QC?
Alpha? But yeah, so now I feed that. Well, now I can continue to feed that to all my worms, and I'll never run out. Until I run out. And then I need to enter in again next year.
Our worms eat fancy food.
Yeah, they eat good food. But enter in again next year. My worms eat fancy food. And I did a presentation on them. So my worms are like special.
Yeah, someone else was talking about, I think it was Ed.
Speaking of.
Chattanooga Ed was, he gets a big thing of them.
Does anybody want to hear about a disaster that happened with mice? They're terrible. Terrible. They haven't gotten in any of the fish tanks yet, but they've been the death of me with my cultures. I make my own fruit fly cultures, okay? And I poorly made 3 of them because I needed new cultures and I poorly made them. And they ate all of them. So then the flies were getting out. So then I just put a culture with a good lid on top of the other one so the flies didn't get out. And I was like, they don't have any air right now. So then I made my good hot glued lids and everything. And those, none of the mice have ate them and none of the flies get out of those. And so I replaced the lids and nobody has ate them. But then with my microworms, they ate the sides off the container and then like maggots and stuff got in. So can't see it. But back there, my mother got 6 new totes. I still have some totes, but I wanted more of them because I don't have many. I got 6 new totes, and I'm making 6 cultures of 2 microworm, 2 watchworm, banana, and 2 banana worm. I'm getting them from Small World Aquatics. Making all new cultures with new air holes. And we put mouse traps on my rack too. One on top of my scud tank and one on the top of my rack. I will get rid of those mice.
It's getting cold outside. I actually have a freeze warning towards the end of the week, so I think it's the end of the week or next week, whatever it is. But there's a freeze warning coming. So, and Whiteface got snow the other day, so it's generally 4 weeks after Whiteface gets snow that Whiteface Mountain.
Oh.
Generally 4 weeks after that gets snow as goodbye lawn, hello snow.
I say goodbye to the lawn anyways. Done mowing it for this year. Where the trailer's going though, it's grown up really tall. But yeah, so we got mouse traps, so like sticky traps, super sticky. So it'll catch spiders, and it said that it'll catch snakes too, which we don't have a problem with that, but that's cool. And mice and whatever. And I have to find my my bug traps and replace the bug trap in the fish room. So I'm gonna catch all the bugs and all the mice and get rid of them because I don't want them. I don't want to deal with them, especially not with my cultures. So
Get a rat snake.
I just found out last night when I was shipping out, or not last night, Monday night, I had to ship out a mature culture of grindleworms and a completely set up culture of whiteworms. Which the difference is, whiteworms take like 2 months to become like mature, where they're like producing a lot, and like you can just rip out a bunch of worms and feed them. So on Band, I sell like fully set up cultures, which is just like the dirt with the worms and the food and the container with the air holes and everything. I also sell like kits and starter cultures. Kits are just like a container with a bag of dirt and the bag of the starter culture so you can set it up yourself. And then there's also the starter cultures, which are just the worms. But the kits are more for the microworms, Waltworms, banana worms, and vinegar eels, because I can't really ship mature cultures of those because they just get way too messy. The other ones I can, and I actually did last week. I shipped out 2 mature cultures of grindleworms, and they did great. They made it, and I shipped out 2 more of this on Tuesday. But we found out that my mother didn't get an email for an order on get gills, and it was for Walter worms. So I packaged up a nice starter culture. That's why I discovered the maggots in my other culture. I was like, that's disgusting. So I'm starting fresh. So no Walter worms, banana worms, or microworms are going to go out in the next week. Yeah. None will be shipped out next week. But then the week after that, I should be good to go. Just so you know. These will be all fresh. Like, literally, I have $2 totes. They're, like, nice totes, too. But I'm throwing out the whole thing. All new oatmeal. All new starter cultures. All new air holes. Everything. So don't worry.
Clean the fucking tote.
I could.
Dumbass.
But leave me alone. But so you don't.
That's good to hear, QC.
You don't have to, like, worry about, like, any flies or maggots or anything getting in with your starter cultures if you get any, because I'm going all fresh. I could save the containers, but I'm not saving any of the worms. I'm getting new ones. And that issue, the reason that there was like maggots and stuff in it, the issue will be resolved. Sort of. You can't get rid of all the mice in the yard, but I can limit the amount I get to my cultures. So they're still clean. There's nothing wrong with the cultures. I'm just saying. Like, don't be like, I don't want to get any worms.
Yeah, only Oscars. It goes dormant, except for where we plow over the driveway, over the grass, where the cold gets to it real bad. It dies off and turns brown, and then. But generally, all I got to do is rake it really good, and in the spring, rake it, thatch it all up, and then it comes back pretty good.
Happy birthday, A-Fish Shop, and welcome. That's good to hear, QC. But yeah, so it'll be all clean. My grindle worms and my white worms and my vinegreals, they're all fine. It's just the white worms, probably because they like smell like oatmeal. Probably because it's like actual like food in a container. I don't see why that would be any different with the vinegreals, but obviously it'd be different with the white worms and grindle worms because they just have flakes in them. But the vinegreals have like apples in them. But I don't think the mice can get in them because they're like bases. But the mice just chewed the sides off of this, like where the air holes were being covered. They just chewed them off, and then things got in them. But that issue will be no more.
No, happy birthday, QC, for tomorrow.
QC? Oh my goodness! I wasn't reading that.
I know I won't see you tomorrow, but I'll probably see you Friday.
Happy birthday! Happy early birthday! Anyways, Bob Kaler is going live, so thank you all for watching and listening. And next stream, I'll probably show the kittens and stuff. So is it at 6 or is it 6:05?
What?
His stream.
6.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Adirondack blend, they call it. That. It's pretty tough stuff. Grows pretty much anywhere.
These are Corey's that I got. A picture of Corey's. I want to see if like some like artists like Bex or something could do like my actual Corey's. So obviously I don't have.
She said she's looking for Corey's, Plecos.
I don't have this one.
I can't remember.
This one.
What else she said?
Or this one. These two I want. These two I don't want. Well, I don't have. But I only have like 2 Corey's on there. I'm probably gonna have 2 other ones on there, but I want like my black Venezuelans and stuff. Anyways, Bob Kaler's going live. So thank you all for watching and listening, and we'll see you all on Sunday.
Catch you all later. Have a good week. See you Sunday.
Bye everyone.